Hey everyone, it's midnight, 12:11 a.m. It's already June 18th, 2018 on a Monday. I guess I was hoping to do this show a little early, but I had to pick my girlfriend up from work. And my car is the only car that's being used right now. So yeah, welcome to the show. This is Yari. I was supposed to have a friend on, but I don't know. I didn't think we were going to do the show this late, and that's kind of on me. But hopefully he picks up, hopefully he's awake, hopefully he's a night owl like me. But unfortunately he has responsibilities. You know, he has a family, unlike me, which I kind of do. But, so yeah, happy Father's Day, or happy belated Father's Day to everybody out there, anyone that has a kid or anyone that has pets, stepfathers, you know, you guys count as well. Happy Father's Day. I didn't really do anything. I saw my dad the day before, and I got him some UTSA stuff, and my dad's kind of simple. He knows what he likes, and I know what he likes. I know they didn't really do much today. Usually they'll message me and say, "Hey, do you want to come over and hang out, have dinner, or whatever?" That didn't really happen. So, yeah, it was. We didn't do anything. Nobody called me, so I guess they just stayed home and just had a chill Father's Day. I just went to work and came home, and that's about it. I just went to Sonic, got a jalapeno cheeseburger, and came home and just watched Money in the Bank. So yeah, Sonic, I'm probably gonna lay off that for a while. It just seems like anytime I go there, something has to go wrong. Like the last couple of times I've gone there, they've either gotten my order wrong, or they gave me someone else's order, or they take forever to get to my order, and then today they get my order. I order a Route 44 sweet tea. The sweet tea tastes like complete. I think the sweet tea just went bad. I don't know what the fuck went wrong. This never happened before. What the fuck? Okay. So yeah, Money in the Bank happened today. NXT Takeover Chicago happened yesterday. So I'm not sure if I should just cover NXT first or cover WWE now. I guess I can just cover NXT first. I mean, we can see if there's any other news we can get into before we jump into that. Fuck it. We'll just cover NXT first. It's late. I kind of want to get to sleep, so we'll try to make this like a half an hour show. NXT Takeover Chicago Part 2 from the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois, June 16, 2018. First match on the card was the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly versus Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, with Adam Cole, who was taking the night off for whatever reason, versus Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Undisputed Era win. This is kind of an interesting fact, is that Undisputed Era is supposed to be heels. They come out and they get like this huge reaction. They're like these badass heels. And then Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch just come out like wearing black trunks and white wrist tape and just point. And they're supposed to be the good guys. And they're getting booed. Good back and forth match. I thought it was kind of funny how Adam Cole, he got thrown out of the match for trying to cheat, and the crowd was actually booing the ref for throwing a heel out. I don't know what to make of that. Oni Lorcan, he has kind of an interesting look. He's a kind of a scrawny, tall, bald guy with a beard. I mean, he can wrestle. He really showed up. I don't know much about him. I know he's a Boston guy. That's really all about it. Danny Burch, I literally never even heard of him. He's a Brit, so that's pretty much it. again, good back and forth, a lot of near falls. There was, points where it looked like, Lorcan and Birch were going to pull it out. There was kind of an interesting spot in the match for Lorcan. He has a Boston Crab on someone, I'm not sure who. And then is either Cal O'Reilly or Roderick Strong. They come up to him and they hit him, trying to knock him off. And Lorcan just kind of stands there and takes the hit like, come on, hit me, don't be a bitch, hit me. In the end, Undisputed Era win, and that's that. Great match to open the show with. Speaking of great match, in my opinion, probably the match of the night. Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. Ricochet wins. Velveteen Dream comes out looking like Hulk Hogan, and then you have Ricochet, who comes out wearing like some type of vest that looks like he stole it from Daryl from Walking Dead. Another really good match. Ricochet, his whole spiel is that he's the guy that can do flips and kicks and crazy shit. He had a really good match. I'm not trying to say that he doesn't have good matches, but he doesn't get enough credit for not being able to go out there and wrestle. Dream, it just seems like the past couple takeovers he's been in, he's always managed to steal the show, with the exception of the match he had against what's his name, Cassius Ohno. Overall, he just always seems to have good matches with anyone. But there has to be a point where he has to win, because you put him up against Aleister Black at that takeover in what's it called? Takeover Houston, I believe. For the one before Survivor Series last year, he loses to Aleister in the match of the night. He beats what's his name? I just said his name. Cassius Ohno. He loses to... Who the fuck did he wrestle at the Takeover New Orleans? Oh, man, I'm trying to remember. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. He was in the ladder match for the inaugural NXT North American Championship. So yeah. And then he loses tonight to Ricochet, which is, I guess it was kind of expected, because you're not just going to have Ricochet lose in his, first big match. Which, the ladder match was his first big match, but this is like his first big singles match. There kind of has to be a point where you have to let this guy win, because as good as I say he is, people are going to see it and go, well, he loses. So why should I think, any different of him if he's just going to lose in every bout he's in? Kind of true, because, you're going to bring him to the main roster pretty soon. Are you just going to have him lose then? So, I don't know. I mean, he looks like a star either way, but I would have been fine with him winning this match. Because, this guy, Patrick Clark, who was on... He was, in Tough Enough, he got eliminated, which I didn't watch that Tough Enough, but from what I read about it, a lot of people were pissed off that he lost, because, apparently of all the guys on Tough Enough of that year, he was the only wrestling guy, and everybody else was just there because they wanted to be a TV star. It's funny, the person who wins Tough Enough, I don't remember who it was, but apparently that person got fired, and Patrick gets a contract, and now he's, still in the show at every NXT TakeOver. So, overall, great match. Patrick, has a pretty mean-looking elbow drop. Ricochet does his crazy, 630, 130, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Wins, 1, 2, 3, looks like $1 million. So is Dream. Next match on the card, Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross with a submission. She beats her with a submission. Kind of an interesting dynamic, because Shayna Baszler, her whole gimmick is that she's a bully. And and she scares everyone. And then you have Nikki Cross, who's complete psycho, so nothing scares her. So the dynamic leading up into this match was that Nikki Cross is a friggin' psychopath. Shayna Baszler sees that and it just kind of takes her aback. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to scare this bitch if she's not afraid of anything? The match wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't that bad. A lot of people were pointing out how Nikki wasn't really selling. That she would, get hit and then she would just come back and kind of smile and have that, sadistic laugh. But overall, I mean, I like Nikki Cross. I think she's the best woman in NXT right now, and that's not saying a lot. There's not too many talented women wrestlers in NXT. So I think she has good facial expressions. There was, there was kind of a funny, but really not funny point where when Shayna Baszler had her in that, that submission, that, that headlock? That Nikki was just laughing the whole time, and then she just passed out. Which, I guess one of the announcers pointed out she would have rather passed out than tap out. So I guess that's good. Shayna Baszler, I'm kind of heads or tails about her. I'm not sure what to make of her. It just seems like the gimmick with a lot of people, not just girls, but with a lot of people, is that I'm an MMA fighter, okay? And it's just I don't know what to make of that, because you got Ronda, who's a legit MMA fighter, you got Shayna, who's a legit MMA fighter. What else is supposed to be your gimmick? Who's gonna beat you? How am I supposed to believe that somebody can beat this girl when she can legit beat the shit out of everyone in the room? When she can probably even beat up the NXT champion. Speaking of which, Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan for the NXT championship. Aleister Black won. I like Aleister Black, but it just seems like he's very underwhelming. And I don't think that's his fault. The past three NXTs have, the main event's been kind of, overshadowing him. Because you got what's his name? You got it's always been Ciampa and Gargano. That program. Those two guys just have such great chemistry with one another, and people are so invested in that. They've been invested in that for almost a friggin' year. Aleister Black. He's the cool vampire goth rock guy. But people love Ciampa and Gargano more. This match wasn't too bad. Lars Sullivan, for a big guy, he's actually very good. He's not clumsy. He doesn't make too many mistakes. So he's actually very good. And probably the freaking the botch of the year. Aleister Black goes for his black mass and he misses, and then Lars Sullivan decides to sell it and fall down anyway. The whole crowd chanted, "You fucked up, you fucked up," and then they saved their own tail for that afterwards. With Black winning in an okay match. It wasn't terrible. Like I said, Sullivan is actually very good for a big guy. Black is Black. He's the most popular guy in the brand, not the most over guy, but the most popular. To me, I think there's a difference between popular and over, and I'll get to that in a second. The main event: Ciampa versus Gargano in a Chicago street fight. And the ending of this match I had a problem with, and then I realized why it had to happen the way it happened. So, these two come out before the match, show Gargano walk into the ring, and Candice comes up to him, kisses him, gives him another one of Ciampa's crutches and says, "Kick his ass." Gargano needs to change his theme music. I don't get this whole Paramore meets anime theme music, because it kind of takes the emotion out, where it's like, your wife's saying "kick his ass," and you think some really heavy metal, crazy dark music's come out, but all you hear is "ain't it fun, like you hear that just really kind of lame high school, alternative rock music. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. And then Ciampa comes out to no music with the entire crowd chanting, asshole, or, we hate you. But Ciampa, to me, he gets it. He gets the whole heel aspect of wrestling. He doesn't show emotion. He doesn't really interact with the crowd. He knows how to internet. So, and he looks like a complete scruff. And that works. Anyways, they come out and they fight. The first maybe 10 minutes of the match was kind of a slow burn, but then it picked up right after that. Ciampa decides to take the entire ring apart, take off the padding, take off everything. And it looks like he's going to suplex him onto the wooden ring, but that doesn't happen until later on. The match spills out into the to outside of the ring, where Ciampa is just beating the shit out of Gargano, to where Gargano can't even stand. So he decides to almost suplex him on the onto like the tables outside. Gargano counters it and suplexes him, and Ciampa's out cold. Before Ciampa was gonna suplex him, he actually takes off Gargano's wedding ring and spits on it and throws it into the crowd. Which I'm pretty sure that wasn't his real wedding ring, I hope. And the refs come out to cart him off. Gargano decides to go, fuck that. He disrespected my wife one last time. So he grabs Ciampa, takes him to the ring and beats the shit out of him, and then handcuffs him. And is just beating the shit out of him. The refs try and stop him, but then he ends up running back into the ring. Right as soon as his head is, I guess, at a right angle, Ciampa, his hands are handcuffed. He decides to DDT him onto the wooden mat. 1, 2, 3. Which to me, I was just kind of like, are you fucking serious? And then I realized, okay, I guess I'm so spoiled by how WWE likes to kind of make, egg shit on instead of just having a simple ending. Because I'm pretty sure if someone dropped you on your head on a wooden ring, that's just going to fucking hurt and that's going to knock you out. So I was fine with that. Ciampa kind of had to win because they're going to stretch this shit out until the next Takeover, which is, going to be... It's going to be in Brooklyn. It's going to be for the SummerSlam one. So, if I had to guess, and this is just my opinion, that's either going to be an I Quit match or a Hell in a Cell. I want to see Hell in a Cell. I want to see how NXT can pull off Hell in a Cell. That'll be the first time a Hell in a Cell match will actually be worth watching, and they'll actually have some type of emotion instead of just being like, hey, I'm the champion, and we're going to fight. Or, hey, I don't like you, we're going to fight. Hell in a Cell. Okay? No, these are two guys that do not fucking like each other. And what a perfect way to end a feud than Hell in a Cell. Which, that means one of these guys are going to head to the main roster, which I'm kind of scared for, but that's just the way the business works. Overall, the show was awesome. The show was amazing. I would give it a 4 out of 5. The Lars Aleister Black match with that botch that kind of took the steam out of that kind of made me deduct points from it. But overall, strong show. I mean, it's not surprising. The Gargano Ciampa match, it lived up to expectations. In my opinion, Ricochet and Dream was the best match of the night. That's it's just me because Ricochet's been wrestling for a while. Dream's only been wrestling for 2 years. So that's just amazing in itself. And he's younger than me. He's a lot younger than me. He's 22 years old. Jesus Christ. I wish I was that good when I was 22 years old. I wish I was that good now. So, anyways, show was great. 4 out of 5. Moving on to the main roster. WWE Money in the Bank. Sorry, I have all this shit in the way. WWE Money in the Bank, Allstate Arena, Rosemont, Illinois, June 17, 2018. Both Raw and SmackDown are competing. First match on the card was the pre-show match. Bludgeon Brothers defeating Luke Gallows and Carson for the tag team titles. I didn't watch that match. I was actually asleep. I'd just gotten home from work. I was beat. So I took maybe a 30-minute nap. Didn't watch it, but from what I heard, I didn't really miss anything. So, 7 minutes. Let's move on to the main card. The first match to open up Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan defeated Big Cass by submission. On my Twitter, which you can follow, the Drew Yarishow Show on Twitter, I kind of pointed out an interesting fact about this match, where in NXT, you didn't hear any annoying CM Punk chants like people usually like to chant when they're bored, which, keyword bored, people were not bored at NXT last night. First match on the night had Daniel Bryan in it. Daniel Bryan. And already there are people chanting CM Punk. Because Big Cass sucks. He is just... I don't get what this company's obsession is with big lumbering white guys. I mean, the match itself wasn't that bad. Daniel, had to pretty much sell his soul to do all this selling for Cass. But overall, the match was okay. I assumed there was going to be like a screw finish where Big Cass, I guess either gets himself purposely disqualified or he cheats, which I wouldn't see why a big guy would need to cheat over someone who's like the size of his leg. But yeah, Bryan wins by submission, which is good because now that, hopefully this feud is done, so you can put Daniel Bryan in the top picture, or at least in a more high profile, program with maybe a Nakamura, or maybe maybe like a Samoa Joe. There's supposed to be some interesting matches, or Jeff Hardy. I would love to see that, but yeah, they want him and The Miz, which we've been waiting for that for 2 years almost. Jesus. Next match is Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Bobby Lashley is just terrible. He gets zero reaction. And he's supposed to be the heel. He's supposed to be the good guy. This match was the shortest match on the card, 6.5 minutes. Sami Zayn did the best he could to make Bobby look good. In the end, Bobby, his move used to be a Dominator. It used to be the Dominator. He did a spear, and now he's doing some really long suplex where he puts his opponents in the air for a long time and drops them. So I was doing a paper that I have due for my internship class. So I wasn't even really paying attention to the match. I was just hearing it. And then I turned around and see Bobby with his hand on Sami Zayn, 1, 2, 3. So that was really expected. Seth Rollins, Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins beats Elias. Really, really good match. I'm just amazed on how similar these two look. Like, my girlfriend's sister kind of made a funny, joke saying it's almost like Pokemon, where, Elias is the first, form, and then Seth Rollins is, the second form. I was going to say Braun is the final form. But, really good match. Seth has really... This has been his year. He's really had a great year. He's really gotten over huge as a babyface. Elias, he's not the greatest wrestler, but he's I guess you put him in with the right opponent, he'll do good things. But, lately he's had, with the right opponents. And he had the right opponent, Seth tonight. I honestly thought Elias was going to win, because the talk is that, they want to propel Seth back into that main event spot. I don't know, I guess not. But, great match. Elias, has a really sick looking elbow drop, which seems like that's kind of become the new super kick, an elbow drop. The match ended with Seth Rollins. He was selling his knee injury, and he wins with a roll up where he grabs Elias's tights. 1, 2, 3, wins the match. Place loves it. Match of the night, in my opinion. Next match, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Alexa Bliss wins, which I didn't see that coming. I was for sure it was going to be Natty, because they want to tell the whole, Natty used to be best friends with Ronda Rousey, and now she turned her back on her and cost her the match, blah, blah, blah. To me, I don't know, I don't recall Alexa getting that much offense in the match. Because we were kind of pointing out how, like, she's, like, even if she gets to the top of the ladder, she's gonna need like an extra ladder, so you get the briefcase. I can't fucking talk tonight. Briefcase. Like, Becky Lynch, she got a lot of offense in, but for whatever reason, the company, like, they sour on her. Ember Moon got some good offense in. Even Lana, she got some offense in. Naomi, Sasha, who seems to, like, she can break her neck and then it can heal in seconds. So, I don't know. Alexa winning, I didn't have a problem with, because, you know, everyone that knows me knows I love Alexa. But I don't think she should have won. I don't think she needed to win. It should have been maybe Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, or I would say Moon. That's just my opinion. Next match on the card, Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. Why did this match need to happen? Why did this match need to happen? When this match, like, when the entrances started, when Jinder Mahal was about to come out, I went outside to feed my dogs. I come back in and Roman is just, like, barely finishing his entrance. I'm like, so I just spent, like, 6-7 minutes out there just to come back and the match hasn't even started? I was trying to miss the match. Like, the beginning of this match, people were already, like, checking out. Why put this match out? Why put Roman out there with this Chicago crowd against a guy who sucks? He just sucks. I think Roman Reigns sucks, but given the right opponent, he can go out there and have a good match. No, Jinder Mahal sucks. Why does this company love him? He sucks. He can't wrestle. He can't talk. He just has emotion. That's about it. Anyways, I'm not even going to bother talking about why I hate this match. Roman Reigns wins the spear. That's about it. Now let's move on and never talk about this match again. SmackDown Women's Championship. Carmella defeated Asuka with the return of James Ellsworth. Can somebody tell me what the point of the ending of that match was? Like, is there anyone that can tell me what went on? Because there was a point where Asuka looked like she was about to win, and then some random person who I knew right away that was Ellsworth, or it was either Ellsworth or somebody that I knew that was going to be. They were standing on the ring apron wearing Asuka's mask, and Asuka the whole time is just, like, enthralled by it, like, who is this crazy a lady wearing my mask? Yeah, see, bad Japanese accent. And then Carmella, what happened? The person takes out the mask and ends up being James Ellsworth. The whole place goes nuts. Carmella takes the pin, 1, 2, 3, and then James Ellsworth celebrates with Carmella. Does this pretty much mean the end of Asuka? Because you sell her as a monster. You have her lose to Charlotte, which, I mean, I didn't have a problem with that because it's Charlotte. But why to Carmella? Carmella is just terrible. She can't wrestle. She can't talk. I put on my Twitter, here's a Carmella match in a nutshell. Moonwalks to the ring, laughs, screams, throws a bad kick, screams, throws another bad kick, screams, laughs, moonwalks, throws another bad kick for a win. What is this company's obsession with Carmella? I mean, back in the day, someone like her would have just been a transitional champion. Nowadays, they're taking people who should have been that and making them champion until the end of the year. like what they did to Jinder Mahal. They made him champion for a good 7 months, which that was a dark period. And now they're doing that with Carmella. It's like, you look at the SmackDown roster, you got Asuka, you got Becky Lynch, you got, I think Naomi is on Raw? She's either on Raw or SmackDown. And it's like, either one of those women would be a better women's champion at this point. Because, I mean, Naomi wasn't the best champion, but at least she had personality. At least she could wrestle. Carmella has none of those things. None. She's supposed to be this fake Jersey Shore wannabe. Like, she keeps talking in a regular voice, and she keeps saying that she's the princess of Staten Island. How is WWE getting away with this shit? And poor Asuka. She went from being, the alpha female in the women's division to now she's just a loser. If you're gonna lose clean to Carmella, I don't care who you are, you suck. You suck in my eyes. There's no redemption for that. She can win the title back. She can win the title on SmackDown, and it won't mean shit to me. She'll still be a fucking loser. Oh, boy. Next match, AJ Styles defeats Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match. Their best match in this really underwhelming trilogy of matches. The first maybe 15 minutes of the match was kind of a slow burn, because it was kind of building up to, I guess, whatever their dramatic ending would be, which ended up being pretty good. I mean, I put on Twitter, at least there's been like 12 minutes in this match, and there hasn't been one nut punch. Lo and behold, Nakamura hits AJ in the nuts. As usual, because that's his new thing. I have to hit everyone in the nuts, I see. AJ doesn't go down. Nakamura has these weird kind of homosexual type looking, expressions on his face. And AJ keeps getting up, and then AJ does a pretty sick looking Styles Clash off the steel steps, which I thought was pretty good. Nakamura gets up, the whole place goes wild, and then AJ starts to kick him right in the nuts. And does a phenomenal forearm off the top rope onto the table. And that was pretty much the end of Nakamura. AJ retains his title, which I'm happy with. But what's next? What's next for Nakamura? Because I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this feud continues. But if not, what's next for Nakamura? Who's he going to feud against next? I mean, you have some okay talent. I mean, you have talent to feud with. You have Daniel Bryan, you have Jeff Hardy. But really, who else? And if the whole point of his match is that I'm going to hit someone in the nuts, then what's the point? Like, why would you turn this guy heel and have him lose, and then have this whole antithesis of winning matches? I'm going to hit someone in the nuts. That just makes him look like a bitch. You're taking AJ Styles, who's the best wrestler in the company. You're taking Nakamura, who's at least a good number 2, best wrestler in the company. This feud could have been golden. I was okay with a Nakamura, heel turn. But you're just making Nakamura look like an idiot. This is why people are turning to New Japan, because they know how to book wrestling. They make it look like a fucking competition. They're making these guys look like fucking jokes. If Nakamura and Asuka wanted to just pack their shit and go, I'd be okay with that. Really. I'd be perfectly okay with that. I mean, if you're this talented and you know your worth, then why even stay in a company that treats you like complete shit? That's just my opinion. Next match, Ronda Rousey defeated Nia Jax by DQ when Alexa Bliss came in and cashed in Money in the Bank. Okay, the match wasn't that bad. I mean, Ronda Rousey has proven that she can wrestle. And she had Nia Jax to bounce off of. These two had a good back and forth until Alexa came in. Alexa comes in and just starts beating these two tough-looking, broads, with a lunch pail, pretty much. And then she throws, Ronda Rousey over the announce table like she's a piece of shit, and eventually Alexa wins, the title for the 5th time, which, of all the talent you can have face Ronda, you're going to have Alexa versus Ronda? You're going to have someone who's the toughest woman on the planet, who's the baddest woman on the planet, who can beat the shit out of any guy I know, and you're going to have her go against this 5-foot little elf with a thick ass, and you're supposed to make me believe that she has a chance of fighting her. Ronda versus Natty, I wouldn't have been crazy about that. That would have been a better match because Natty can actually wrestle and she can sell and she's a tough broad. Becky would have been an interesting matchup. Charlotte would have been a WrestleMania matchup, which I'm pretty sure they're saving that for WrestleMania from what I heard. But Alexa Bliss, as much as I love her, that's going to be a kind of a cringy feud. It was already cringy enough to have to watch Ronda sell for Stephanie McMahon at Mania, but you're going to have to watch Alexa, forcing Ronda to sell her shit. Ugh. They just need to make that match short and sweet. Just have Ronda go out there and just beat the shit out of Alexa within 20 seconds. And the main event was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Braun Strowman won, which I'm okay with. Braun didn't really need to win because Braun's Braun. Braun's already over, but I also kind of looked at it as cheating. If you're going to have a tall, big guy in a ladder match and have him win, it's kind of unfair to the other guys in it. But this is one of those matches where, other than Bobby Roode, I would have been okay with anyone else winning. I was going with The Miz, because The Miz has been having a great year. Samoa Joe would have been okay with. The member of the New Day that got picked was Kofi Kingston, which I was surprised. I guess they wanted someone who can do good spots. Big E, I was so sure he was going to get picked. Rusev, Rusev's still over with the Rusev Day chance. Finn Balor's always over. Kevin Owens is always over. Bobby Roode, I think, was like the odd man out because he just seemed like he didn't belong in this match. To me, it seemed like the only time I saw him in this match was when he entered and whenever he would just conveniently come in the ring to stop somebody from climbing the ladder. And that's it. I don't even remember him climbing a ladder. Alright, somebody please, okay, if they watch them, they watched the match. Can you tell me if Bobby Roode even attempted to climb the ladder during this match? Because I saw Miz do it multiple times. I saw Joe do it. I saw Rusev do it. I saw Kofi. I saw Kevin Owens. I saw Finn. Obviously Braun, because he won it. I don't even remember Bobby Roode even climbing a ladder in this match. Once. Or even picking up a ladder. But, the point of the match, they were trying to take out Braun. There was even a funny segment with Kevin Owens where he persuaded the New Day with pancakes to take out Braun, and then he pissed off the New Day by saying he hates pancakes on the breakfast foods, which that cut deep. Very funny segment. I liked it a lot more than I should have. Braun wins the match he was climbing the ladder, and then Kofi Kingston was, on top of his back. He shrugs him off. Braun gets the briefcase. So who would he cash in on? The obvious choice would be Brock. Is he going to interfere in a match that Brock's in? Is he going to interfere at SummerSlam? Which the talk is that Brock isn't even scheduled for any appearances, even for SummerSlam. Which he's the champion, so he obviously has to be at SummerSlam, which is the third biggest show of the year. Or is he going to cash in on AJ? Which that's actually a kind of a funny. That sounds like a fun program because Braun would have probably the best match of his career against AJ because AJ is without a doubt the Shawn Michaels of our generation. Braun versus Brock, no. We all want to see Brock lose, But I don't know. The thought of AJ versus Braun sounds a lot fun because you have two guys who have great personalities. You have Braun who has a great personality. I'm still waiting for Braun to have a great wrestling match. And what I mean by that is, you think of all the best big men, to ever wrestle. A lot of them have had great matches. Kane, Taker, Big Show even. So I think he has the opportunity to do that. He just needs the right opponent, and I think AJ's the right guy for him to make him look like $1 million. Which, Braun's a fucking monster, so he doesn't need that, but, I mean, shit. Braun's due for a 5-star spectacular. Anyways, yeah, Braun wins Money in the Bank, which I didn't see that coming. Like I said, I was going with The Miz. But hey, I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw. Overall, with the pay-per-view, it was a lot better than I thought it'd be. The pros and cons. Pros, I would say the Seth and Elias match. To me, that was the best match of the night. Really good back and forth action. Seth is on top of his game. Elias, I thought he should have won, but maybe he might win. Maybe they just wanted Seth to win this, and maybe he might win like at a later date, like at the next pay-per-view. Cons of the Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal match. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend any more time talking about that. That match shouldn't have happened at all. I mean, if any, they should have given Roman Reigns the night off. They gave Adam Cole the night off last night. They gave EC3 the night off last night. Why didn't they just give Roman Reigns the night off tonight? So I don't know. I don't work for WWE, so what I know. But yeah, the match overall, the pay-per-view was actually okay. It was enjoyable. The main event was fun to watch. It was fun to see Braun win. And yeah, that's pretty much for this post show. So what y'all think? I'm gonna chop and edit this, and I'll post it in a bit. So yep, just me tonight. I was supposed to have Bob on, but that didn't happen. So on Wednesday, looks like I'll be doing another solo show. Those are always fun. And this Sunday, hopefully I can, or next Sunday, or it's already Monday now. Hopefully I can get Devin on, or somebody, or maybe even Jesus. I don't know. But anyways, I will be making sure to post this as soon as possible. And yeah, y'all have a good night.